Hey everyone, you are listening to the podcast Trust the Process, a safe space where you will hear from us women balancing their fitness and health while life goes on. Balanced diet, muscle gain, fat loss, new motherhood, getting back in shape, menopause onset, and so much more. And you are tuned into the latest episode Breaking Barriers Indian Women Acing Endurance Fitness. And this is a guest episode. We have a very special guest with us today, about whom we'll shortly reveal. In between, this is your host, Yasha. Based in Singapore, professionally, I am a cloud and AI technologist, a virtual artist, a wife, a mother, a dog mom, and most importantly, a fitness enthusiast, often indulging into running, heavyweight lifting, high rocks, and Spartan races.
And this is Shanthi. I'm based in Malaysia. I'm a cybersecurity specialist, a wife, a mom to two boys and one dog, a Veena player, an avid reader, a globetrotter, and of course, a fitness enthusiast. And I'm very, very happy to be a part of this very special episode where we talk with Reeti Sahai. Now, a lot has already been covered about her in numerous articles, TEDx talks, her own track talks, etc. But Yasha and I, we're trying to do something different this episode. We're trying to explore the uncharted territory with her by diving deep into the unseen struggles of the default runner and what it really means to be a Guinness World Book record holder.
Yay! And how excited we are to bring a powerhouse who embodies discipline, resilience, and passion. Reeti Sahai, welcome. From completing all six world marathon majors to building a vibrant run club community, Reeti has shown what is possible when you combine determination with a love for movement. She's not only an accomplished runner, but also someone who inspires others to lace up, show up, and chase their own finish lines. Apart from all that light, she had been into the corporate world, runs her own full time business, and is not only a dog mom, but a passionate activist for animal rights. In this episode, we will talk about her journey as a barrier breaker and goal setter that can inspire a lot of people, especially us women, our women community who want to build a fit world around them. So, Reeti, over to you. We want to know all about who Reeti is beyond what everyone knows from social media and TED Talks.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me, ladies. It's a pleasure and absolute delight to be here and sharing my journey. My name is Reeti Sahai. I'm a true 4G kid, born, raised, and traveled across the length and breadth of the country. My father was in the army. Today, I'm an entrepreneur by day. By heart, I'm a wife, I'm a dog mom, I'm an avid traveler. I run a running community. Just a few things that, keep me busy or, I thrive at. I'm an outdoor person. I would say, again, discipline was something that was instilled in our lives as we grew up, considering the Fauji background, as I mentioned. So, I took to the outdoors. Sports was always a part of life. Fitness happened as time moved on. I'm somebody who believes in dreaming big. I feel that life is too short to dream small, and the world is too wide not to travel and not to explore. So that's really something that I kind of thrive by. I also believe in live and let live. And like I said, today I run a running community where we have 250 members plus. We all share the love for running, the joy for running. We get together and do these, sessions through the week. So that's just something very, very short and brief about myself. I'm a people's person. I love good company. I love interesting people. I love to explore the world and travel. I actually have this itch about exploring every corner of the planet or the world or life, as I say it. So yeah, I'm in that journey, trying my best, every single day. And yeah, I guess as we move on, we'll talk a lot more about what keeps me going and what I really do. For just briefly, this is who I am today.
Thank you, Reeti. I think you were being very modest. You haven't peeled the onion properly, and we'll dig it. Dreaming big, yes, that's something that I think we all are aligned, and that's why we are hustling and we are doing so many things. What an inspiration! So, Reeti, first question. Let's deep dive into your journey. What first drew you into fitness and wellness, and how has your journey evolved over the years to becoming a Guinness Book World Record holder? And please don't be modest.
Like I said, considering I was brought in the army background, discipline wasn't optional. It was a way of life. It was about having a routine. It was about a regime. It was about waking up early. We didn't have a choice when it came to sport. There was a mandate that every 2 hours, every day, 2 hours would be out in the park, whether it's new friends, no friends, how you felt. So it was, I mean, that's probably how I also fell in love with the outdoors. So no matter which dusty cantonment we were in or a far-flung station, when I look back, that routine kind of quietly hardwired in me a love for the outdoors and for movement or for sport is what I'd say. All of which eventually grew into the love for fitness. It became something that I couldn't do without. Life happened, college happened, MBA happened, marriage happened, and of course the corporate grind after. And that's when you don't get the kind of time you want to pursue your fitness goal or any regime that I kind of had when I was easier, when life was easier. So one fine day I just picked up a pair of running shoes and I was in the corporate world. I remember that I just told myself that maybe this was something that I could try and see if it kind of hits or works for me because like I said, while I was extremely happy also in the corporate world, I felt that there was something amiss in life. I had this great job, I was married, yeah, I had a lovely home, but there was something that kind of was still amiss in my life. So just took that pair of running shoes, went to work, laced up during my lunch break. A kilometer happened, and then one day I kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't too much expense at that point. It was just a pair of running shoes. I could do it in between work, at lunch hours or whatever. So 1K led to a 5K, led to a 10K. And today, of course, I run marathons. I lead a community where people discover the same joy. People discover, the same breakthroughs that I do, the same discipline that I do. And of course, I would say running is you versus you. I mean, I say this to everybody else, and especially for people like us, in at this age in my life, it's more about self, it's more about you. But since I started the community, it was also about not just me. I guess what gives me more joy today or equal joy is also seeing people lace up and do what they are doing for themselves, being able to inspire, motivate those kind of people as well, their first race, them crossing the finish line. So I guess that's how it's really kind of evolved for me from not being able to do this once I started working to have started running to be able to run marathons today and now running a running community. So it's kind of evolved and it's not just for me now, it's about a lot of people around me that also share the same joy, the same madness, I would say, for fitness or wellness.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter where you come from, who you are, but yeah. So I guess this is really how it has evolved for me, and this is where I am today. Doing what I love doing completely.
Very, very nice. Very nice. So, you have left the corporate world now and you are pursuing your dream of running and running all the marathons you can. But I'm sure um, doing 6 major world marathons and you are just back from world's toughest marathon at Ladakh, given the extreme climate conditions and the altitude that one has to work with. I'm sure this has taken a lot of preparation, and we can't even imagine what all it might have taken to get you to where you are. So, what I'm trying to understand is that you said that 1K happened, then 5K happened, then 10K happened. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you never thought that one day you will be breaking records and registering your name and going on the podium, right? It just happened naturally. But um, what keeps you motivated to show up every day? Are there days where you feel, no, it is so tough? What has driven you on those days? We want to know everything about it.
So I feel motivation is not fireworks. It's fairly fleeting, I would say. For me, I have bad days, I have hard days, I have good days. I guess all of us do. But it's about being able to pull you through those bad days. So there are mornings that feel really tough. I hate the alarm. I don't want to wake up and go. I'm actually, if you ask me what is it that I don't like about my fitness journey or about running, I'd say that it's the waking up, the 4 a.m. alarms, the 3 a.m. alarms. So this doesn't come easy. So like I said, the alarm feels really cruel. Um, but I also remind myself of the promise I made to myself years ago of staying fit, of movement, of wanting to explore and keep pushing myself to stay fit. And obviously, the other thing that kind of keeps me going is one is for myself. Like I said, I also remind myself of my why. And the other is that, I know that there is this bunch of people that's waiting for me out there. It could be one person, two people, five people. They motivate me, they inspire me. So, the very thought when I wake up to say, listen, I can't sham today, it's easy to give up. It's easy to say, okay, I'm not going to go today. But I guess just leaving that quilt, getting up, lacing up, and moving out of that door. So that's also one thing that kind of keeps me going. Also, like I said, I did mention right now that motivation is fleeting. So I don't completely rely on motivation. It also, for me, is a lot to do with consistency and discipline. I think also the memory or the reminder that I give myself every now and then, especially on those hard days, that look at how far you've come, Reeti. Uh, I was 33. I didn't even know what long distance running entailed. And look at you today. You've actually come a long way. Not just running marathons, not just finished world marathon majors or the Ladakh marathon, or done treks or climb, but it's also about leading this community that you've created. So I think it's a mix of everything. It's all of this put together.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there are a lot of times we hear excuses from a lot of people that oh, you are pursuing your hobby as a profession,
Yeah.
or oh, you have luxury of time. So that's why my question, right? I think it's important to set goals. You might have set your goals of chasing a marathon, being there on podium, and then you worked towards it. And also, obviously, you run a community, so you have to be the poster child of that. You can't give up, yeah?
Excuses come very easy. We all have them when we want them. You know what I'm saying? And I tell everybody around, including myself, that, if it was easy, everybody would be running marathons. It isn't easy. It's not meant to be easy. There is a struggle, there is a journey. And, you just keep reminding yourself of your why. I remind myself of my hard training days. I remind myself of, the blood and sweat I've put into waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning, and and of course, of the promise that like I said, made to myself many years ago. And then the other way, like I said, now that I have a community, when I'm running these races across, whether it's international or India or wherever, nowadays you have apps that track you when you're running. So, I'm constantly telling myself the community is watching you, your family is watching you, you've told them all, you've gone to complete this run, you've got to give it your best. And then, of course, there are lots of these mantras that play on my mind every now and then. Pain is temporary, glory is permanent. They actually help you push through. The other thing is, and I would say this also, that only a runner or a marathoner understands this, that feeling of accomplishment or crossing the finish line is incomparable. You do it once, it's addictive. You want to continue to do it. It's like I wouldn't have my life any other way today. And that's another reason I started the community. I wanted people around me to experience the same joy. So, and sport has the power to change lives. It's changed mine. I want everybody around me to experience the same as well. So that's really how, yeah.
And I mean, somebody can get it from something else. Like when I did my first pull up, I was like, no, I can't stop here. I have to do 10. So I totally get what you're saying. Great.
Yeah, I mean, I also want to add here, Yasha and I have actually had an episode on motivation versus discipline. Literally, like we
Wow.
were talking about
Yes,
it, how both are equally important, right? Of
of
course.
course.
But again, there are days when you're not motivated at all. But then we actually remember the promise we made to
Yes.
ourselves and to even the kids who watch us, or our partners who keep supporting us, and all of them. I think it's that discipline that is instilled in you after a while. So that's
Yeah.
a very, very important thing. So I know it is a very cliched question, but I have to ask you because I think this is more relevant for women.
Hmm.
How do you balance personal life, career, and your wellness journey?
But no, I think it's a very valid and a very good question because, I would say balance doesn't happen magically or overnight. It's a fight for me every single day, even today. Um, so I would say that I have like an overflowing to-do list every day because, I wear so many hats and I want to be good at everything, not just one thing. And the other thing that we live by or we have to live by is the society's expectations that we have to do everything or a lot of things seamlessly and so many things even invisibly as a woman. Those expectations also kind of weigh on us. So that's another thing that makes it harder for us to kind of balance, nurturer at home, you want to be an achiever at work and still look after ourselves, without missing a beat. So obviously it does get hard. But for me, I would say the nail came from two things. One is to be able to say, I learned the art of saying no without guilt. it was hard. I'm somebody who is a people pleaser. So if you know me, my old friends or whatever, people who've known me for a long, long time, they, I guess, have seen this change in me. They've seen me evolve as a person. I just couldn't say no to anybody, whether it was friends or family. But I have realized over time, and the second thing, that wellness for women or men, and we're talking women here, is non-negotiable. It's what makes me better at every role I play. I mean, it's what makes me good at what I do. It makes me more productive at work. I'm happier around the people I stay with. So, if I negotiate with my time, so that's the reason I have to get my run done in the morning. I have to get my strength class done in the morning. If I'm done with that, I'm such a happier person. You know what I mean? So you just have to be able to kind of juggle it all or manage it. But like I said,
Exactly.
it's taken me a while. It's not happened overnight, but it's happened. So I don't feel guilty prioritizing a run today. I don't feel guilty prioritizing a training session anymore because I feel it's also about the focus I bring back to my family and my work. And it's really, really worked. I mean,
Yeah.
the other thing that I do want to talk about is somewhere, we all build a support system. So whether it's at work, whether it's at home, or whether it's my running community, I've kind of learned to also ask people for help if I need to. So I've learned to lean on people and I'm very happy about it. I think it's been pretty transformative for me in my journey to be able to manage a lot more, you know. And people do it willingly or happily. It's just that I think it's our mindset more than theirs that we don't want to ask them. So I'll give you an example. My
Mm-hmm.
community, I have 9 crew members, who are seasoned runners. Some of them are certified coaches. One person is a yoga teacher. So, they all lead different sessions because we're a holistic training community. Like we look at every aspect of training and running. So, Reeti can't clone herself. I can't be present or attend every session and lead every session. So I feel it's absolutely okay to lean on people, ask for help. And, this shift of also asking for help has been extremely liberating. Yeah, so I guess it's tough, but it's totally doable. It's not impossible for women. We should find a way to do it. But I will say this again and I'll reiterate, wellness, health, fitness for women is non-negotiable. Guys, don't negotiate that.
Yeah. I mean,
Find your
yeah,
time.
women are conditioned
Yeah,
universally to start adjusting, to compromise on her time, give
of
more. I
course.
think
Yeah.
it's we've seen this across like in the corporate world as well. I see this across whatever language you speak, whatever background you come from. Women are universally expected to adjust a bit or do more without asking for more or things like that, right? So you actually answered my next question, which I wanted to ask you. But I think certainly things have changed in the past 20, 10 to 20 years, especially with respect to women and fitness, right? So, what unique challenges you think women face in fitness and wellness today?
So I feel there's been a drastic change or shift in the last 10, 20 years. I started running almost 16 years ago and I mean, I'm happy and I mean, it's good and bad, I would say, but everything comes with pros and cons. There's far more awareness today, right? There are more conversations around strength. There are more conversations about a lot of taboo topics that we would call taboo I mean, earlier. Um, there's a lot more that we talk about nutrition, mental health. Also, I would say it's no longer, that women will just walk or lift light. Today we're running marathons, we're lifting heavy, women are running ultra marathons, you're climbing mountains. The shift has been powerful. There are no two ways about that. And I think it's incredible to see the shift. Like I said, when I started running 16 years ago, I could count the number of women that came out in Nehru Park or India Gate to run. But today, when I go on the same Sunday, it's a sea of women, a
Right.
sea of people and a sea of women. So I think they're doing a lot more of everything, and they're more ambitious, whether it's at work, whether it's at home. There are a whole lot more hands-on, but they're still trying to claim that space of wellness. I think there is this guilt of, and it's a self guilt, of a constant guilt and pressure of giving yourself that permission to find that time.
Yeah.
And it's self created. So I would say that's one. The other challenge that I would say today is, I mean, certain spaces are not as safe, I would say, is, for example, as a runner, I may not want to run alone at 4 a.m. in Delhi, so I need companions. It could be a running buddy, it could be a couple of male running buddies that I want to run with. Or, to be honest, I mean, I love it if I have four-legged, buddies on the road. I mean, that's the safest. So that's another one. Then also, I think the social media pressure of a certain body type. So that's another challenge. I mean, you have to be a certain uh, type to be running. I mean, it's bullshit. We've created it. It's not true. So these are some challenges I feel that, we are facing, but I guess we need to overcome them. If you know your why well, if you know you want it bad, we'll find a way to do it.
Before I hand it back to Yasha, I know she has a question on cardio. Uh, Especially, what I think is women have this extreme societal pressure and all of that. And I think this generation, we are in the middle of something. We are in the middle of the transformation. I think the next gen, women will actually not feel guilty anymore. I hope so. Our previous generation women had literally no clue about strength training or gym or walking, or they would really have no time for themselves. To what we are right now, juggling a million things, but still feeling a tad bit guilty. Like, are we taking too much of our own time? To the next generation, absolutely owning their game. I think we are in the middle of that groundbreaking transformation, I think. So yeah,
Yeah,
over to Yasha
yeah,
now.
I think so. I think so. I was about to say that I feel we are in a better world right now as compared to
Yes.
this generation. We have we have so many avenues. I started weightlifting like 5 years back. Before that,
Wow.
I was just running
Hmm.
was my passion.
Hmm.
I feel running is meditation for me. Not a lot of people can relate to it, but it is meditation for me because you're
I
running.
relate to
Yeah, you could probably, but I'm not close to you anywhere. I haven't
it.
done any full marathon.
No, I
How?
have to say this, a runner is a runner is a runner. It doesn't matter what time, what distance, what pace.
Yeah,
There's place for every pace, and it doesn't matter how long you run. A runner is a runner is a runner.
yeah.
And
So
I
I
think
was
just
a runner.
continue running, and that's that.
I was a
Yeah,
runner until 5 years
yeah.
back. I tasted the blood of strength training and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm creating goals every year that now I have to do this, now I have to do that. Currently, I'm chasing a goal of getting abs, not six packs, but let's see. So that is why yeah, I'm happy that we belong to this generation. Totally agree with you all. But coming back to, and this confusion is still there in my mind, though I read a lot and I have transformed myself, I have experimented on myself, so I know what is it difference between cardio and strength training and when to do what. Um, but still, we hear a lot of information that hey, cardio is not good for women, especially over 40, and that strength training is the only way to go. So I wanted to know your point of view on that because you are in your 40s and you are running marathon. You're not like just a normal runner. So let us know, are you also balancing your workouts with strength training? I'm sure you would be, right? And how do you balance?
So, I smile every time someone says this. Every time I hear that cardio is not good. I'm living proof that cardio is excellent for somebody who's over 40. I'm 48, almost 48, round the corner. And it keeps me not just physically fit, but I would say mentally, it keeps me agile. It keeps me honestly younger. You know what I mean? In spirit as well. So cardio is fabulous. Cardio is not the villain. What's the villain or what's really bad is only cardio. So you've got to do cardio and strength training. Balance is key again, like you rightly said. A mix is extremely important. And no, we need to realize that as we grow older or in our 40s, what really matters is balance. You know, um, our bodies change, recovery takes longer, muscle mass and your bone density are on the decline. So, in order to keep all of that in check as we grow older, we've got to strength train. There are no two ways about it. I would say in the 40s, strength training becomes non-negotiable. For me, it supports or complements my running. I mean, I wouldn't be able to run as strong, injury-free that I do if I didn't strength train. So I do a mix of both. It kind of so strength training will prevent injuries, will help protect my joints, not just mine, everybody else's as well. So it has to be both. It has to be your cardio and it has to be strength. Like I said, so just mix it. Strength is something that gives you stability and power, I would say. Mobility is more for flexibility. And yeah, recovery is as important as training. We have to focus on each vertical. It's as important as the other.
Hmm.
And what I would say, where the magic lies is in building a body that takes you the distance and is able to help you lift that weight you want. So that's really the magic. So do both.
And being a marathon runner, you are saying that you balance it out. What would your typical week be like? Do you mix cardio and strength, or every day you do that? Because marathon like Ladakh and all, it would need quad strength and all those hamstring.
Running long distance needs strength in every joint. You've got to complement it, like I said, with strength. So, irrespective of where I run and what distance I run, I do strength and functional training. I would say thrice a week. Sorry, not twice, thrice a week. One day would be upper body, one day is lower body, and one day is full body. These are on days that I run as well. So, easy runs, I could have a easy run today and strength training as well. Yeah. But the day I have a long run, the day previous to that, I will not work on my legs. I won't do a hard leg workout because I'm using my legs more for running, right? So it's really a mix. It depends on what kind of run and what distance I'm doing. But 3 days of strength training, 4 days of cardio, 1 to 2 days of yoga. But mobility happens every day, by the way, again, is non-negotiable for me. So like I said, so there are days I'm doing strength, mobility, and running. And there are those days I'm doing only running, the days I'm doing only strength, and there's only one day a week I take off, which is Monday. So it has to be a mix.
It has to
That's
be.
the only, it has to be a mix.
I'm glad you said you take one day off.
Yes, I do. Monday is off. You can't. So Sunday, I'm like, oh my God, today I can do what I want. I'm not so much of a TV watcher, but like I may read or spend more time on Instagram. I'm a compulsive Instagram person. Something or the other that keeps all my four-legged bachas at home. Something that keeps me happy. But yeah, Monday I wake up at ease. It's not my early wake up day.
Nice.
I look
Awesome.
forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, this has also been one of our episodes where we talked about strength versus cardio and how it's so important to balance. I think the key takeaway from the entire conversation is to listen to your body. And because as
100%.
yeah, and as women, we also have different kinds of weeks in a
Yes.
month. So you listen to your body, see what works for you, plan your week accordingly, right? It's so important. Like Yasha and I, we have these full-time jobs, full-time corporate grind jobs. And
Hats off to you women. I don't know how you manage it. I mean, it was so hard for me. I think that's another reason I quit the corporate world. I mean, not that I don't juggle many things today, but I think I just feel I'm my own boss, so it's easier to juggle than
right,
juggling with a boss also. You know what I mean?
true. But we are not there yet, I guess. I mean, to just quit and do whatever we love because we both are really passionate individuals. We have so many hobbies as well. But
I
I
think it's
think
fabulous. I think
yeah,
it's
the key
fabulous.
is planning. I take Sundays off and I plan my week ahead. Yasha does the same thing, a very similar thing that, when do you do yoga? When do you go for a long run? When do you do strength training? Not overdoing it, but at least, balance is the key for sure. And I really am very interested to know about your feeding habits, like your food and fuel, because that's definitely the most important key element to our fitness journey. Because a lot of people, I think once they start the fitness journey, the key thing what they miss is they say, "Oh, I'm going to the gym or I've started running. I don't see any change in the body." That's because they don't make any changes to their diet, right? So I want to know, has your food habits changed since you started doing marathons? Like, how do you usually fuel yourself, and what advice will you give women to start eating right?
So I've always been a foodie. The good part is that I've been a good food foodie. I lucked out on that. I guess it's again to do with a lot of the upbringing because I remember when we used to be hungry and we used to ask my mum for food. Mostly what I remember is dry fruits, fruits. But I guess that's how we were kind of brought up. So thank God for those habits. But food for me was food until I started big time into running and fitness. But now I think it's more of fuel
Yeah,
than just food. So I would say I don't shy away from carbs because I run long distance, but the right kind of carbs, so more whole grains. I would go for sweet potato, stuff like that. I certainly avoid things like, anything that's deep fried. And so what I practice more is farm to table, you know.
right.
I avoid processed, I avoid tins. Anything that's out of a packet is a big no for me. Protein, of course, is repair and recovery, extremely important. A lot of us underestimate the importance of protein, especially when we're training, whether it's in the gym or you're running. And a lot of us, because we mostly eat Indian food, which is lentil dal, we think that gives us enough enough protein, which is such a myth.
Yeah.
It barely gives you any. It's more carb, less protein, irrespective of what anyone thinks. So ensuring if you're a non-vegetarian, having your fish, your grilled chicken, or if not, then tofu. Tofu has excellent amount of protein. So I ensure that there's enough protein in my diet because, like I said, it's repair and recovery for your muscles and joints. I said I don't shy away from healthy carbs. Of course, a whole, like one handful of nuts every day is what I consume, irrespective, but they're all like either roasted or just regular nuts, not deep fried. I try and include like an avocado, healthy fat, not deep fried again, like I said. So there are various options of all of that. Yeah, so those are things that I'm a little particular about. I don't necessarily believe in supplements unless and until I feel, of course, I run a marathon, so I need to supplement. So sports supplements at that point are essential. So in training also, I'll go for some gels. Hydration is key, for so electrolytes because obviously I'm sweating a lot, I'm losing a lot of salt, magnesium, potassium. So you need to replenish that. So one has to be mindful of all of this. Sleep is extremely important. So yeah, I think my food game has changed. I eat early. My dinner is done by 7 p.m. I eat smaller portions, but I will eat it. And I indulge too. It's not like I don't indulge. If I feel like a chola bhatura once in a while, it's a reward. I do a marathon. So I remember this recently when I did my longest run as my training run to Ladakh. I was like, okay, I'm going to reward myself, go to quality and have chole bhature. And I did that. So cheating is fine, but overall one has to be mindful because again as we age, as the bodies, it's very important for us to fuel the body right. I want to stay away from supplements for as long as I can. I mean, tomorrow if I need them after my blood work, of course I need them. I will take what I need, be it vitamin B, be it iron, calcium. I will take that, but I try and do as much natural as possible. It has become something that nourishes the body now. It's not a pizza every day. It's not a burger every alternate day. No diet Coke. I am mindful. That does, it again shows or translates into your performance. Whether it's at the gym, you're lifting, or like you said, you want abs. I'm sure there is a whole list of do not eat and eat. And
Yes,
also quantity,
Oh,
yes,
and
yes.
also the
yes.
other thing that a lot of marathoners feel that, okay, I've done a 42K, so I can come back and have two bowls of rice. No, you can't. I mean, you
Yeah,
can, but you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yeah, and then anyway, Indian food is carb heavy. So
it
we've
is.
got to be mindful of what we're eating when we're eating. So I have become particular about, hydration, especially through the day, irrespective of whether I have a run tomorrow, today or not. Nimu pani, nariyal pani, stuff like that, coconut water, very, very important.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
I'm
just broadly.
glad you said you mentioned about lentils because back at home people say, why do you eat chicken? Why do you eat
Yeah,
tofu? Because have your lentils and get the protein. So I'm glad you said that.
yeah. Not aware, you know what I mean? So I think it's good to talk about it so people are aware. I mean, people probably they genuinely aren't aware because maybe
Yeah.
they haven't, yeah, and that's it. I mean, if we talk about it and they're aware, they probably will make the effort to go other ways.
Yeah,
Uh,
and a lot of women think that carbs, I mean, whenever they want to lose weight, they will just cut the carbs without
Yeah,
thinking, like blindly.
what they're
Um,
cutting and why,
yeah,
yeah.
and glad that you mentioned a lot of women also are running, right? They are
Hmm.
less into strength training and more into cardio, and then they cut carbs, which
Yeah,
is detrimental. When I was doing my High Rocks race prep, I was put on a high carb diet by my
yeah,
coach because before that I was on a fat loss program. I was eating very less carbs. But then how important it is to supplement carbs when you are running, when you are doing high cardio. Um,
100%.
yeah.
yeah. I mean, this has been a never-ending topic at my home. At least now, I have two boys, they're 19 and 21. They say catch them young, right? So I really caught them young because they have now got the protein bug. If so, every meal has to have that 100 gram of
Yeah.
protein. So they now know already. So the awareness has kicked in. So yesterday I just made some very casual egg fried rice, but it didn't have enough protein according to my
Oh,
younger
I
one.
got it. Yeah.
So it's nice that they have the awareness because that was what was missing in our generation, I think.
True
Because
that. True that.
we both Yasha and I we grew up on Indian food, and yes, as you
Yeah.
said, it's carb heavy. But what I think is instead of saying Indian food is carb heavy, I just think we need to replate our plates. Like
100%.
Yeah.
literally use the same dal chawal and
Yeah.
add more veggies, but see what your portions look like. Don't mindlessly take the rice out of your hot box, right? I'm a
Oh,
South Indian. We grew up on rice.
Rice. I
I
love
can't
rice. I dig rice.
me
yeah, and I
too.
can't give up rice. And earlier, when I thought, oh, I have to lose weight, I have to stop eating rice altogether. And I used to be miserable all the time. So I think that awareness is what me and Yasha are continuously and consistently trying to drive through our podcast that, hey, you don't need to give up on rice, you
Yeah.
don't need to give up
Yeah.
on carbs, just
And
No, I
lose
think you
weight.
don't need to give up on anything. There are lots of
Yeah,
people that say, I've eaten chocolates for all my life. So I'm like, okay, fine. Moderation is key. You
correct.
reward yourself with a slice of chocolate. You reward yourself with 2 cubes of chocolate. You don't have to cut everything, go down to
True.
zero. The other thing that I've got off my diet, which I never was fond of anyway, is sugar, white sugar.
Oh, yes.
That's something I tell everybody. The bodies don't need white sugar because in any case, if you eat enough fruit, you're getting fructose, right? You don't need sucrose. If you cut your sugar off, forget losing the weight. A lot of people have lost a lot of weight because they love sugar, but the other thing that you will see is how energetic and amazing you feel. Because that white sugar kind of drains you of all your energy. You're lethargic, you're not your 100%. So
True.
I have seen a lot of people turn around when they've cut their white sugar. So that's another thing that, is not, in fact, there's a joke in my family. If my help is not around and I need to make a cup of chai for somebody, like somebody who's walked in, and I have to, and I'm looking for the sugar pot. I don't seem to find it. I don't know where it's kept in my house because I actually never reach out for it.
I
I
know.
open every cupboard and I'm calling my help, and they're actually laughing at me. It's
Yeah.
like that. Sugar and me are complete opposites.
Can totally
Yeah.
relate to it. I'm very infamous among my friends groups that, oh, the tea at her house will be
We'll have
sugarless.
no sugar.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Now we are getting into a very important question, I would say. You are a living epitome of a fit woman in your 40s. You just reveal you're 48 and you don't look like that. What I want to ask is this goes against a lot of taboos, starting from fit women in Asia, especially India, which was not very common few years back, if you agree with me, and to beating the goals at your age and still aiming for more and bigger every time you finish one. I think when we were talking last time, you were mentioning that every marathon you finish, you set a new goal for another one, a bigger one. So I want to know, what legacy do you hope to leave behind in the space of women's wellness and fitness in your age group right now? And I think you will kill it by the time you're 50.
So, I really want women to think and live by that there is no expiry date on their dreams, on their strength, on their fitness. There's a culture that says after marriage, after you turn 40, after you have kids, to slow down. I want to be living proof that it's exactly the opposite. I want to uh, let women know and show or be a living proof that you can reinvent yourself at any age. It's you can be fitter, stronger, faster, even in your 40s. Like I said, I'm 48. So that's something that I really want to kind of leave behind. I want everyone who's watching me, women across, to feel that fitness is not about chasing a body type. It's about chasing freedom. It's about chasing resilience. It's about chasing joy. It's about chasing happiness. It's not just a certain body type that any of us is chasing. I also want that it gets normalized, that women are running marathons. You're climbing mountains, you're lifting heavy weights. All this should get normalized. That's the kind of legacy I want to kind of leave behind.
And if I ask you one piece of advice to women who are just starting their wellness journey, what would that be?
So I'd say start small, but start now. Start today. There is no right time. There is no perfect body. There is no perfect day. There is no tomorrow. It's about here and now, and stay in the game. Stay consistent. Build gradually, but movement is medicine, guys. And just do this for yourselves. Don't do it because your husband wants you to. Don't do it because your peers are doing it. Just give this gift to yourself. But just start that journey of movement, start that journey of fitness today. and see how you feel. I mean, I say this to everybody. Uh, I've been in fitness for a long, long time. I started for a certain reason. I started because like I said, discipline was non-negotiable at home, right? But what fitness and wellness and health has given me, nothing else in life has given me. I'm just happier being who I am because I'm in this space. I also say to women that this is your time. It's non-negotiable. Uh, Guys, just take that time out for yourself and start today. And that's really one thing that I would like to tell everyone.
Thank you, Riti, for that. Yeah, I don't want people to think that, oh, she's from army background. She had it right from the beginning. Oh, she has all the time because she left corporate world. No, but look, guys, she's doing 100 other things as well. She's running her own business. She is an animal activist, and it takes a lot of work to reach there, to be
I
well.
got a lot of flack from everybody when I quit the corporate world. It wasn't hard. I had to answer and respond to my family, my everybody, they said it's so easy for her to it wasn't easy. I mean, I had a zillion challenges and but somewhere I believed in what I wanted to do. And I'm also someone who dreams way bigger. I dream like it scares me. And that's what keeps me going truly. And I'm also somebody who gets bored very quickly. So I'm always so I finish something like the finish line of one marathon will be like, okay, what's next? It only means that you're starting out again to finish another one. So for me, it's about what's the next adventure, what's the next goal. That's something that keeps me going. And I feel that drive should stay alive and it kind of keeps the spirit young as well.
Yeah.
True, true. Reeti, I have been following you on Instagram, the default runner. So inspiring. And I saw that you have just done a very, very difficult marathon in Ladakh, right? So could you just tell us a little bit of an experience on that? Because I'm really intrigued about it. Like, how did you do it? It sounds really difficult.
So, I love the mountains, I love the hills, I love traveling, and Ladakh is a favorite. I've been going to Ladakh for the last 10 years in a row, and I've been running the half marathon there all this while. I've also done a lot of treks and climbs there, but the Ladakh marathon has always been on my list. The marathon is 42.2 kilometers. And let me say that it was brutal. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say that, oh, it was so lovely and da da da. It was hugely fulfilling in spite of the fact that even breathing is a task there. It's so hard to even breathe there. The air is so thin, the altitude gets you. There is elevation on that course. It's 42.2 kilometers. The weather this year was gruesome. I mean, if I may say, it was unlike Ladakh. The route has no cover. We had the sun on our face. But harder the climb, the sweeter the fruit, or the sweeter the reward. So it was hugely challenging. It kind of humbled me. I'm hugely grateful that I was able to do it. And of course, it keeps that challenge alive. The other reason that I wanted to do it, and I did it fairly well, is I also qualified for something called the Khardungla Challenge, which is 72 kilometers that I plan to go and run next year in Leh as well. Yeah. So
Ooh.
yeah, I mean, I 72. But I would say this to every runner, every marathoner, guys, put it on your bucket list. It is certainly a bucket list race. It's not something which is frills and thrills. I mean, no run or no marathon is frills and thrills, right? It's painful, it's gruesome. Every marathon will have a story, but Ladakh is different. You've got to go experience it. And it's only, like I said, the experience. You don't go and race there, you don't run fast there. I mean, it wasn't my day since you asked me, it was also one of those hard days for me in terms of health. I wasn't my 100%. Thankfully, I had acclimatized. So, I was able to finish it within a stipulated time. Uh, yeah, and it was hugely fulfilling. But when I look back, oh my God, it was hard. It got me.
Definitely. But you are charging us up. I have only done half marathon so far. So won't combine Ladakh with a marathon, but want to go to Ladakh and do a marathon.
So you should start by doing a 10K. They have a 10K there as well. 10K, 21 and 42. I mean, do it gradually is what I tell everybody.
Mhm.
My dad says this to me all the time. I've been going there every year for 10 years in a row. He says this even today when I tell him I'm flying tomorrow and he's like, good luck and all of that. But he says, don't be a Gama in the land of Lama. So you've got to take it easy and slowly and because it is like no other place. I mean, it's not the same feeling at the same altitude, say in Himachal or in Uttarakhand. You know what I mean? So when you're running at certain altitudes here in Ladakh, the air is as thin as it only has 50% oxygen. So it's that hard to breathe there. And imagine to be able to run with that oxygen. But but like I said, it's hugely fulfilling. It humbles you. So I'm grateful that I was able to cross that finish line.
I'm really intrigued about the 72-kilometer marathon that
Next
you're
year,
going to
God
do.
willing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
get her back, Shanti.
we will,
After that.
we will, we must. I think this has been really intense. So let's like lighten it up. Maybe we'll do a fun rapid fire round. I'll just shoot a question, just answer this or that, right? So here we go. What's harder, your first 5K or showing up on Instagram every day?
I think Instagram every day because you have to stay there constantly. 5K starts and finishes quick.
I know. We're still figuring out social media. The millennial women we are.
I just love the space, it's very me. That's it, nothing else. I don't know if I do it right or wrong, but it's just the organic Reeti there.
True, true. Second, one life lesson running has taught you that spills into everything else.
Discipline.
Okay? Okay, this is controversial, but if running was taken away from you for a year, no, God forbid, but it's hypothetical, what is that one thing you would replace it with?
Climb mountains.
Okay,
So it's again, like my time, my space, and I love the outdoors, like I said.
right. I think I know the answer to the next question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Shoes you would grab if your house was on fire, sneakers or stilettos?
No one gets prizes for this. Of course, sneakers. I'd be able to wear them and run away from the fire
True,
also.
true. It's a stupid question, but anyway. Then, last but not the least, would you rather inspire 10 strangers to run or get one loved one to lace up with you?
It's tricky, but I'd say a loved one to start with, and then I can always move on to the strangers.
Right. Awesome. Awesome.
So
Mm.
between the two loved ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Preeti, we are not done at all. Shanti, of course, we have so many questions to ask, and definitely want to get you back. Also, to deep dive into what it takes to do your first marathon, because I would like to know myself. I haven't done anything beyond 21K. So we'll get you back for that. But what I want to say is that people who are in Delhi region, NCR region, please watch out for the default runner, the community that Reeti has, and please join it. And you have this, luxury to join that. Then please do join that and start with your 5K, or I don't know if there's a lesser 10K, and then be part of the marathon list.
No, we can start with just a walk jog as well. I tell people to come, we can just do a 500 meters on day one, and that's how you build gradually. Consistency. Yes, absolutely. Just stay in the game. I mean, once they come, it's like they just have to keep coming, and that's it. We'll make sure the rest gets done.
Yeah. So thank you, Riti. This episode comes to an end, which was very, very inspirational. But we are getting you back to deep dive into the marathon world. So before we part, I just want to say that please subscribe to our YouTube channel in addition to all the existing platforms, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. And I bet you will love this new shiny YouTube channel of ours with Reeti on. Keep trusting the process and just be with us.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, ladies, and thank you for being super kind. And I love being on the show, and I look forward to coming back.
Uh,
Keep hustling.
Thank you so much, Riti. And yes, keep trusting the process, ladies. And we'll see you back again soon. Until then, keep inspiring, keep running, and keep trusting. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.